Looking back at past attempts to draw from nature's subtle wisdoms to feed rich and flowing architecture, the Art Nouveau movement explored a biomorphic response, which occasionally transcended into functional emulation of the work of Gaudí. Later, explorations of organic form abandoned the biophilic scaling of elements for alien forms, with occasional forays into biomimicry emerging in experimental pavilions and the works of those such as Solari, Pierce, Tsui, and others. Newer voices are now emerging to push this exploration further in figures such as Pollen, Oxman, and Calibaut, tracing the natural influences back through these works. Another possibility emerges, in contrast to the isolated emulation, focused on finding resonance between anatomical and built systems to explore biomimetic architecture more holistically. How might a building develop if each system for circulation, energy, respiration, and more looked instead to the oak tree as a graphic standard? Structure learns from stems and limbs, rounding, twisting, and latticing around key conduits. Roofs do more than shed water, catching rain's weight and sun's rays for heat and power while shading green roofs. Perhaps walls could learn from the living cells of plants to be more dynamic, shifting over time as needed and recircuiting systems to circumvent damage. Within, pipes and ducts could branch like veins, while without, the skin might grow layers of protection, with selective lenses for sight or apertures for breathing in and out. Responding to persistent chaos outside the city-state's bounds, the linear arms of Janus lift above the ground along old roadways, bundling transportation and utilities to feed housing on top. As part of the efforts to increase efficiency and trace material lifestyles with greater efficacy, Janus has also assembled an extensive automated security and maintenance force, passing from basking in the energetic sun to carrying about their daily tasks with a soft electronic hum. Relying primarily on this metal immune system of autonomous agents embedded in endless quiet shafts and chases, Janus also employs select citizens to keep peace and contribute to the sustainable operation of the thriving spire. These justice officers largely love their city and are highly motivated to support it. So long as you abide by local rules and customs, you'll be welcome to participate in this new Babylon. But violate the systems in place, and the response can escalate quickly in defense of the critical infrastructure. The stability and progressive policies have contributed to an influx of welcome immigration and new children being born in anticipation of a bright future. This growth, implicit in Janus's programming, is beginning to draw more resources from the surroundings and bringing the city into conflict with adjacent communities. Life in the linear streets, elevated to canopy height, maintains a persistent bustle as citizens live out busy lives moving between home, work, and various entertainments. A light rail system runs along the spine, above the twisting pilotis separating the peoples of Janus from the transformed wilderness ever reaching towards their bubble of plenty. Rogue genetic modifications have twisted familiar creatures to new niches, with 200-pound turkey raptors bringing a Jurassic flair to temperate woodlands, and armadillos the size of cars passing in shuffling herds through dense undergrowth, spreading forward inches every day. However, from the comfort of a balcony, looking out over lush green, with every comfort provided for, these worries are a distant concern. The rightness of their city and way of life is self-evident to most living within, and for those who cannot help but question and critique, various factions await their seeking eagerly as opportunities to push back on the mechanized monstrosity they see in the hungry sprawl of Janus.